Oh no. So you are telling me even after cheating, we couldn't beat Belgium? Donald Trump tried to help the United States, picking up his phone, calling FIFA and Infantino to overrule a red card, which is the first time in the history of this organization to take place. And we still lost 4-1. And the second game of the day was Cristiano Ronaldo and Portugal getting eliminated by Spain, the European champion title holder. And of course, we're going to talk about the glass ceiling for certain nation because all the three host nations got eliminated. We saw Canada being eliminated by Morocco 3-0. Mexico fought very well against England, but they got eliminated 3-2. And today, the United States got eliminated by Belgium 4-1. We're going to dive into the US versus Belgium and Portugal versus Spain, and we're going to try to analyze them and we share our thought with it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your 2026 FIFA World Cup last 16 match analysis. Welcome back to another video. Welcome to the world of soccer. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to subscribe, like, and share this with your friend. And if you follow me on Instagram, TikTok, or anywhere else, make sure to give me a follow. So, without wasting any time, let's start with the US versus Belgium game. Because this is embarrassing, right? FIFA got exposed that indeed there is favoritism and there is a corruption within the organization. Donald Trump exposed they did on a plain view for everyone to see it. You know, all those past years, everyone was saying, FIFA are favoriting Argentina and Messi. And people say, no, the game is integral, like is integrity, everyone is equal. And this saw everybody that there is no integrity in this game. There is a favoritism in it. Because never in the history of the FIFA World Cup, a president successfully overturned a red card, which what we did. Donald Trump called Infantino. They created an special independent third party to review the foul, and they concluded the red card wasn't a red card. First of all, you undermine the referee's job. As a fan, as a US fan, I knew it wasn't a red card. But for as a soccer fan, I've seen a lot of things like that. There's injustices happening during the game, but anything that took place in the game, that is where it's judged. The referees are human, the players are human, mistake can happen. So if it took place, the red card is given, and sometimes they do a process of appeal because a lot of people are trying to compare this to the Cristiano Ronaldo case. Mind you, Cristiano Ronaldo gets suspended one game. He didn't play the second leg of that game. And they did the appeal, and then they took out the other two games because he was suspended like for 3 games. He just skipped one game, and then the other two they won the case at the court. So it's not even same thing because Balogun got his red card 3 days later. The red card was overturned because Trump called Infantino. You could say when Donald Trump was doing his interview, you could tell he don't know what he's talking about. He was just talking nonsense. He just exposed FIFA, which as a soccer fan I really appreciate because for so long we were saying this. People say no, they don't. They are not. You just a Ronaldo fan like that. But now you saw it in 2022. Argentina 7 penalty. Messi scored 7 goals, 5 of which were penalty. Like the people say, oh, he scored goals. Yeah, he scored goals. But if you have the goal organization in your side, of course you're gonna win. But sometimes it's not enough, right? Because in this game, in order to benefit those cheating code and stuff, you have to be good enough to take those teams to those positions. Like 1-1, 2-1, and then they give you a penalty, you score, and then you equalize or you score, you win. But 4-1, nobody could help us today. Even Donald Trump. Unless if you like the AI generated thing, he was taking a ball and going to the cage, maybe that. But like watching the game today, I was like, yo, Belgium didn't start Kevin De Bruyne. They didn't start Jeremy Doku. They did not start Lukaku. And they still won 4-1. De Ketelaere, the dude didn't score a goal yet. But today, he just come in, okay, we the Belgian, you guys cheated on us. Or you cheated on the game, but we're gonna bring our waffles and we're gonna bring our French fries. Yeah, because it started in Belgium. We're gonna whoop your ass. We are lucky it wasn't on July 4th, bro. Like we are so lucky it happened on Sunday, you know. So for me, when I see that it happened on Monday, by the way, it was crazy like to watch the game because they scored the goal 9 minutes in, and then in the 31st, Malik Tillman, whose dad used to be a football American, a Super Bowl winner, and he chose the path to be a soccer player, and he working out for him. He scored back-to-back free kick for the United States. And I know it's a deviation, but hey, it's a goal. It's a free kick goal, and it was given to Malik Tillman. And then 2 minutes later, the US has the audacity, like you score, you equalize, and then 2 minutes later you consider another goal. It was mind blowing. So 31st minute 1-1, 33 minute 2-1. I didn't even finish celebrating my goal, and we already considered second goal. The Cateller did a brace. He had an assist. Of course, you have a Lukaku who scored two, and you have Leonard Trossard who did an assist. Leonard Trossard is having a really good season so far because he's a champion of England. He played the UEFA Champions League final, and he's doing great in the World Cup so far. And Vanaken is the one who scored the third goal, killing the game, because even that it was the mistake of our goalie. This just tell you the glass ceiling that we have. We reached our maximum capacity. That's all the US can provide, because that third goal it wasn't necessary, man. You shouldn't be doing mistake like that. It's only 2-1. We were still in the game, but when that mistake happened, we were out. It's first like he gave up the ball. Team Rim was too far away. He couldn't catch up, and of course, Vaniken scored it. So 3-1, and then Lukaku scored the last goal 4-1. I mean, if you're gonna talk about tactical analytics, like they destroyed the US. Like Rudy Garcia destroyed Pochettino from minute one to the last minute. US didn't see anything during the game. Even the substitute happened, it didn't change anything. We still came on in the second half for them. They do this like 40 years old. And also Jeremy Doku, like I said, he didn't start the game. And Vaniken, he came on and then he scored. And of course, you Alexis Salemakers. And in the US side, you have Reina, Ricardo Pepe, Sebastian Bentley, Max Afresten. Bentley had a good entrance. He had some shot there, better than who was there. And then Haji Wright came in the last minute of the game was over. Today, I was disappointed by certain individual performance, starting with our captain. Christian Pulisic was nearly mediocre. And you have a Balogun. Donald Trump did all that for this, bro. Like, he couldn't do anything. And then, of course, you have Robinson. Overall, we got just beaten by a better team. A better side came in, they beat us, just like in 2014, during which, you know, we lost 2-1. But the goalie had like 16 save, which is the record of the FIFA World Cup history. But we still lost that game. And today we come here, we got dismantled. Taylor Adam, Timmins, McKennie, they couldn't do anything. Sergino Des was mediocre today. I don't want to attack anybody. Just I think, like I said, this is a glass ceiling. We reach our maximum, just like other two host nation. We did our best. We are in the last 16, which is good. So the only time we reached the quarterfinal was like in 2002. I know people say 1932 on the semifinal. Yo, there was only 4 countries. Like it was 6 countries. You win one game, you're in the semifinal. So like So yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We just reached our glass ceiling. So I'm gonna just leave this here. It was embarrassing to watch, and we got dominated from minute one to the last minute. So Belgium gonna be there in the next game. I think Belgium will be playing. Woo! Belgium Spain. That would be interesting because Portugal lost to Spain 1-0. The only thing I wanna talk about that one is this: Cristiano Ronaldo is out. And I'm disappointed. I don't really want to talk about the game because Spain was the better team and they really deserve the win. They are the European champion. They came in, they dominate the game, and yeah, overall, it's like Portugal had 10 shots. Belgium, Spain had 15, 6 on target for Spain, 3 for Portugal, 56 to 44 of the position. And Portugal just mediocre, like especially the midfield. I don't even want to talk about it. Ronaldo is out. Hopefully he's gonna retire because I don't want to see him in 2030, like at 45 years old. I just want him to retire. This is over, and I'm just disappointed of João Neves, Vitinha, Bruno Fernandes performances for the national team, because you have a 2 Champions League winner and you have the best assist provider of the Premier League, and you have the best left back, and yeah, and you have Ronaldo, but they didn't do what it takes. They didn't have what it takes to give Ronaldo the extra edge or Portugal to qualify. It was mediocre to watch. Portugal Spain just dominated the game, came in and beat them. The minute Mendes was out, the game was over. Because that, like, Yamal was free to do whatever he want, and the substitute were mediocre. The substitute weren't good at all. Bringing Mikel Merino, like Spain substitute made an impact. Ferran Torres came on. He assisted it for Mikel Merino, who came on at the same time, and he's the guy who scored. And because Fabian Ruiz came in the second half, Borja Iglesias, like at the last second, he came in. So it is what it is. And Nelson Semedo coming on for Nuno Mendes, Diego Dallo in the second half, Bernardo Silva, Rafael Leao, Francisco Conceição. Yeah, we're gonna see what they're gonna do without Ronaldo because they keep criticizing him. It's all about Ronaldo. Is him. We're gonna see. I'm not saying anything. We will see what's gonna happen next. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I have for you guys today. Comment below what you think about my analysis. And I made some short video about Ronaldo, but yeah, it's just heartbreaking, and there's nothing to analyze. And the best team won, and Portugal is out, and so we're gonna be there. Still have one country there, France. So let's go, France and England. So we will see what's gonna happen. Anyway, guys, you guys stay safe, stay connected. Tomorrow we'll be there for Egypt and Argentina, and of course we will be there for the last game. And we lost Neymar, we lost Modric, we lost Cristiano Ronaldo. Hopefully we lose Messi tomorrow. Let's go.